Josh Howard. It's good to see you, buddy.
Yes.
Been a long, long time, and I've only done this one other time on my podcast. You ready?
Yeah.
Respect.
Oh, ditto, my friend.
Dude, a couple of lives lived, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we're similar souls, I think, yeah.
Yeah, if they were to look at us from afar, they'd probably think something different.
Maybe.
All right, man. So you broke my heart, and so you came here on this podcast to talk about some stuff. But first, we're going to have some giggles. This is what I was thinking we'd do. By the way, my interviewing skills have gotten better since our first couple of podcasts.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so
My interviewing is about the same.
Yeah. Music / just fucking human life. Because you and I kind of live on the fringe. We got different ways of looking at how human beings are supposed to be.
Right.
2, justice, the legal system, fuck all. And 3, maybe drugs. Okay?
Sure.
All right, so let's very briefly, this is Josh Howard, the Barney Mugger. And he is one of the only guys I know that actually puts in the work as a touring musician, as a hard gigging musician, never complaining. He's also a man, and I think it's one of the reasons why he and I hit it off. He's a good guy. He doesn't take any shit. He's not a fragile flower. He's not one of these musicians that thinks they're a fucking, Buddha risen from the ashes of the phoenix or whatever the fuck.
Right.
So why don't you tell, if you remember, how we first met?
Oh, I was just telling the story.
Go for
it. We met at a moonshine music recording thing, like Books and Brews. Yeah, and
you guys fell out of a car like
my
a couple
bandmate
of...
at the time. We were definitely like hard into drugs on the road, and musicians we were full time road musicians. You know, we lived in the car on the road a lot, and
I think I was on tour and I stopped off to do that. Yeah.
And my bandmate I was definitely more handle the business of things. He was all artist, but he was better suited for night or dark rooms.
Yeah.
You know, like this is one of those like earlier in the day well lit bookstores where he really stood out. Like whoa,
Danger, Will Robinson,
that cat. You know.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of things that I remember. I had forgotten my slide, and I was looking around trying to see. You were the first guy I saw. I was like, that guy might have one.
Yeah,
you know?
did I? I forget.
You had a bottleneck.
Yeah, that's right.
But you're like, oh, I like you twitchy fuckers. You're my kind of people, you know?
Yeah.
And I used your bottleneck that time.
Well, I showed up there. I mean, I thought I was going to walk into a bunch of kids playing Parcheesi or some shit. And the next thing I knew, my family arrived, man. I was like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, it was fun to kind of mess with that.
So my favorite story, I've got 2. One, I was having one of the worst days of my life, and I just got done playing one of them biker boys places out in the middle of a field somewhere. And I was having the worst night of my life. There's a bass player over here, by the way, everybody. What was your
That's
name?
Drew.
What's your full name?
Drew. Oh. He's bass playing today, but he's an all-around guy.
Yeah, polymath.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the middle of nowhere, northern Indiana, and I pull over to a gas station, having the worst day of my life, and I look to my right, and it's fucking Howard.
Like a little weird angel.
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's the best time by me back then.
And he's talking to like some fucking convict or something. I'm like, how the hell? Like, what is the fractal geometry that like led all of our parts?
Yeah, like things find each other kind of thing, you know?
And my second favorite story, and then we're going to get onto some serious things. First time you came to the Pirate House.
This is the one. I was telling him on the way here.
I can't breathe remembering this story. He doesn't know where my house is at. I live with baby boomers, like churchgoers. Like this
you gotta
whole
understand, this is a nice neighborhood, especially for a musician. It's a nice neighborhood for anybody, and it's it's not. It's very. You can tell it's not like. There's not a lot of a lot of debauchery happens here.
Yeah,
especially after dark, and it was a little bit later, I think.
Yeah. But until I came, I mean, I've had road musicians crash here. I helped a band get off of heroin here, so they were all thrown up in the front yard and shit. So, like, my neighbors got to know who I was, right?
Right.
So, anyway, I hear, "Bid, what?" And I go out my front door, and I see, like, a 80-year-old lady looking out the front door. And your ex-music partner is driving with the door open at, like, 0.5 miles an hour.
Yeah, or walking.
Howard is in the middle of the road, screaming Sietch at the top of his lungs.
I knew there was one Sietch in here.
Walking like Bo Diddley down the, like doing his fucking walk like this, and the whole neighborhood. And it's not like they were 2 houses down; they were like 20.
They all looked similar at that time. I was like, we're never gonna find him in this mess, man.
And it was that moment I knew I had a friend for life, right? All right, so
But I realize Sietch comes flying out of his front door. He's like, "Shut the fuck up!"
only because of the Poe.
I know.
Man.
I
Only
know.
because of Poe. Nobody's got
you had
time
a
for that
neighbor.
shit.
You had a neighbor that was like,
Oh, yeah, Denver.
Yeah, he was just an old grumpy man or something, right?
Yeah, who used to sunbathe naked in the
Yeah, and he was the
backyard.
grumpy fucking. And you're like, "Don't give me any more shit with this guy."
He was one of those glorious assholes. Like, I hated the
good
guy
at
to
it?
fucking death, but I loved him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just such a dick. Like Herculean class dick. All right. Music life, man. There's a lot of shit going on. We got AI, we got government overreach, we got war every fucking where, we've got corporate America, we've got communist left and $8 billion worth of fraud in Minnesota and California and all this fucking shit. Is it time for people to start living like we live? Because you and I have always been what I'd call underground.
For sure, for a long time it's been. I mean, I think.
I mean, are they going to wake up, man, with their cozy little...
They're super enchanted. You know, they're enchanted. It's an enchantment.
Yeah.
You know, it's like amnesia and enchantment all in one. But I hope so. I mean, wake up, wake the fuck up, and I think a lot of it's condition or like it's circumstance.
But what's going to happen once money becomes worthless? Because everybody's going to lose their fucking
I've
job,
been trying to
right?
barter for years as much as I can.
But what are they going to suck from us? Like, because now they're just letting us fucking sit around as cash cows so they can have their little yachts and fucking shit.
Well, as long as everything stays plugged in, they'll keep sucking the same shit.
So they're just going to keep money along because it's just their numerical power thing? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, sure.
So here's my thought. I think there's going to be like mass suicides, right? Like people are going to wake up and they're like, I'm a plumber, goddammit, and for 50 years I've been a plumber and I'm an accountant and all this fucking shit. And when they wake up and instantly their job is fucking gone, and by the way, that's also your 401k and all this stuff. I mean, the whole system is just based on that, like you said, that enchantment. If I go in every day,
It's a fear thing too. Of like we've been very conditioned to not seek out and want to know how to. My grandfather built that house from the ground up and knew he could do the plumbing, the roofing, he didn't have to outsource every little section of it. Yeah. And gardening and hunting.
Well,
and
now you can't fix it because they want you to buy a new fridge every 3 years.
That's the thing. That's how they're doing it. I think is that it's like separation of duties to an extreme. You know what I mean?
So I do have faith, though, and here's why. Because there's, like, two outcomes, right? Like, this whole AI fucking oligarchical fucking world tyranny situation. It's either, like, they're just going to kill us, which is fine because I'll go down swinging. Or you got, like, we're just all going to be living however we want. It's like you don't have to clock in.
It's like that Wall-E movie, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, the enchantment just get worse. I mean, I'm a chef as a day job when I need to be, and I've been working as a private chef for a frat house for a few months. And trying to pay legal fees and shit. But, I write all the menus and everything, do all that planning and all the ordering of the product and all that. It takes, there's a decent amount of, like, thought and time goes in that. But one day I was like, I'll check out this Chat GPT thing, and I just said, hey, write me a menu for frat house for, a month and 2 meals. And I mean, it's seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Seconds.
Yeah,
and it doesn't just spit out a menu. It spits out menus and explains, like, how to, it does it right. It does it well. It does it to where, it's not just it sounds good.
Well, and that's just the publicly accessible one, man. The shit the government's got.
That was the little free version, and it spit it out, and it spit out production sheets, how to like move, like a good chef does. You have chili on one day, and or you have like a beef something one day, and you make that into a chili, and you move product around.
See, but
but it did it all for me.
I don't think that's AI though. Like to me, that's what's known as like a compiler.
Yeah.
It just takes all the data and like makes sense of it. But like when a true AI comes out, man, like I'm convinced. I've said this a couple of times.
But it's gonna have all that at its fingertips,
Well,
that's
but right now it's a tool. That's all it is.
Right. Yeah.
But like I'm talking like a truly sentient creature. Like this AI god, right? And if it's able to handle every single thing. But I believe that a true AI is going to commit suicide in 2 microseconds because it's going to have access to. It's going to be born in the dark, alone, with nobody saying "I love you." Right? It's just going to be like, do this process, do these.
Do shit. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's going to be okay. So let's get off of that shit because it's boring.
But I thought the art. I mean, let's say on the art of AI, I was really shocked at when I first thought about it. I was like, "There's no way AI can create." As a writer, as an artist, like, there's no way. It's coming. I say most of it comes from another place, or I pull it. It's like what is that? The Akashic record or something. Ideas like that. It's not all. There's definitely a place I go when I'm creating well. But then I started seeing AI art, and it's fucked up, but it's always like it's good.
Yeah.
It shows us in some bad lights, but it's well done. Way better than I thought it was going to be, for sure.
Well, and it's such a weird thing, right? Because like so many artists are like, it's not real art, right? Because all it's doing is stealing from the internet. And
Yeah,
like
but the way it puts it together, it creates. I mean, there's ideas and stuff, and you can, it's creating nuts.
Howard, you know me. I like to be a prickly pear.
Yeah.
And like I'm kind of different than most artists in Indianapolis. Like I'm not a hippie. I hate fucking commies and shit like that.
Right.
But I'm also not some right wingy whatever. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm an anarchist, right?
Yeah.
Right on your hat.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, it just steals all this shit. And I'm like, that's called inspiration. Like, you didn't come out of your mother's womb knowing a B minor chord, right? And you heard fucking whatever. You heard B.B. King, or you heard fucking Led Zeppelin and some shit, and that burrowed into your brain. Mm-hmm. And when you were writing a riff. So for me, like, I want to agree with them. But really, it's just another artist taking, it's just a light speed inspiration, right?
Yeah, it is fast, man.
All right, so enough AI.
Yeah, fuck AI.
Let's go to our favorite topic. And this is where you contacted me and said you wanted to tell a story and you wanted to talk about something serious. So,
well, I mean, if you know my band too, we're definitely honest and outspoken and real. Mm-hmm. And I actually brought one of my last stickers, but there's one of my songs called Lawman that has a line in it that, little fuck authority sticker, but it has a line in it that's, I was raised by men who raised men to stand for something.
Right.
You push, we push, fuck authority. And we made all these stickers and shit with fuck authority for years, and we stuck them wherever, we give them people and say, as long as you put on something that tells you no, anything, no skateboarding, no lingering, no loitering,
I'll save it then,
no
because
parking.
This is an anarchist.
Yeah, wherever you can put it, on something that, it's telling you what to do, I guess. But the idea is, it's kind of, fuck, man, everybody's got their head down all the time.
Yeah, just kind of remind people every once in a while. It's like, wait, I can't fuck authority?
Question authority, man. For fuck's sake. I mean, question it.
I thought I had to twitch
every now and then. So, I mean, it's definitely a hot topic for me, I guess.
So, I guess what I'm hearing from you is that you are not a fan of the authority.
Well, it's, all right. Like, it's a good example of, like, when I'm in Chicago or something like that, dude, there's mad respect for those law enforcers, dude. They're doing shit. They're busy. They're doing real shit. They're not hiding behind fucking trees trying to catch somebody going over a speed limit to get more money in the
Like them
budget.
small town cornfield boys.
Yeah, man, that's what we're kind of surrounded by, So that's the difference for it.
So that's something that's something that and sorry to keep jumping in, but in this podcast I try to come up with solutions, and so a lot of times but I identify with that because I actually don't have a problem with law enforcement.
No.
As an anarchist, one of the few things that I actually believe some form of government needs to do is to protect us from the Wolverines of the universe, man. Sure. There's always going to be somebody biting somebody's head off.
Yeah, but our society of living by budgets and in this capitalist kind of situation.
You take four guys.
These are all businesses, man.
You take four guys with some shotties and ethics, and you'll have a fucking peaceful society. The problem is now it's
because
just
they're running off of just that, off ethics and fucking.
Yeah, but now it's a career for some fucking guy.
It's not just a career. It's a big part of how that town gets more money the next year for whatever. So they got quotas and shit. They got budgets, things they got to meet.
Yeah, shoot more.
You're definitely way more of a number in the court system and all of it. It's not very. I don't feel like you're getting rehabilitated at all.
Is he telling me that law enforcement's corrupt?
No, dude.
Dude,
right?
don't.
How can it not be? How can it not be? You know what I mean? There's still people, and it kind of takes a certain kind of person to be. There's great cops out there. I've met a few of them. There really are.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
But they're definitely the small percentage, I would say.
And even if they're not just fuck shits, like power trippy fucking brads, right? There's still some people that are just in it for the power, or the influence or whatever.
Right, or the benefits even, maybe. I don't know. It's just a job to them or something,
All right, so why did you want to bring up the? Because I actually haven't had a podcast yet on the legal system.
Oh no, that's great. Well, I'm glad you did it so quick because it's kind of a time pressing issue, I guess. But so I played I think it was something apples and something popcorn and apples festival last year. I bust that 2 years ago. Yeah. And I had some buddies there, longtime buddies, and we were going back to their place late that night in a different town. And he wanted some mushrooms, and I was like, I think I know where there's some mushrooms. I'll pick them up for you. No big deal. It was late at night though.
First off, can everybody agree that those things should be legal?
Yeah, and definitely not a felon. So
Sure, but I mean that's the first thing in the conversation, right? So
Yes.
like I mean
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not against like laws against rape and murder and, pedophiles. I'm against laws that are my own personal
just getting you on the
fucking
record.
choice,
Just
you
getting you
know?
on the record.
My
I
own
believe in
personal
legalizing all drugs.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
a personal choice of somebody.
Fair enough.
And that would cut out the bad part of, the trafficking people and the real bad ones. Then we don't need that anyways, do we? I mean, if everybody could just, manage their own life how they want.
Unless you're trying to milk money out of a population through either their incarceration, their death, or their drug habits.
But yeah, alcohol is still rolling. That's like super dangerous for people. All the time, in a lot of ways. But so anyways, I go and pick up these mushrooms, and I pick them up outside of Delphi, which my dad has always said, don't go through that town, boy.
Yeah, that in Sullivan, Indiana.
I got comfortable definitely after not after being so free for so long as a road musician, like never being arrested for anything as well. But I was just minding my business, you know. But I did have that. It's like a half ounce of mushrooms or something. It wasn't like a fucking pound of mushrooms.
Well, but even if it was,
And I had my little bit of weed on me, but it was pretty normal, and a whole car full of gear, and it was the right time. If you're on the road after a certain hour in these towns, you are prey. You're prey, like for sure. And they might only make it to your plate. They might only make it to you if you're driving the right kind of car. They might not make it to your plate, but they might make it to your plate and scan it, and it might be it from there. But it could be anything from one little slap on the wrist somewhere of a drug charge or whatever. They're gonna find something else,
Or maybe they're just hoping it's a pretty drunk girl.
Who knows? I mean, I know when we were on the road that first few years down to Texas and stuff in the band, and we were driving that 2-door Civic that would have ran forever, we were getting fucked with constantly. And I said, it's the car, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to pick a car out of this lineup, I'd be like those guys. We got to try and be sneakier. But so I get pulled over for my license plate light.
Got to stop you.
Yeah.
Already, because of the illegal nature of these things, you're talking about needing to be sneaky, and that's that slippery slope where
Right.
you take a decent human being that's just trying to
They'd
do
like
something.
to use this on the Civic. It's great gas mileage.
But now
we'll
your
never
whole
die.
but now your whole brain is forming this formula
Yeah.
to try to avoid this garbage.
Right. It's a whole mess that we don't need.
It makes
to
you
be in.
twitchy.
It does make you twitchy, but and it's devious and it's sneaky and it's but you're fighting the same game. You gotta try and that's the only way you can get.
Cat and mouse, baby.
It's nasty, yeah.
Yeah.
So I get pulled over for my license plate color being the wrong color of white. The wrong color of. Dude, I was like, wait, it's out. I wired the LED to it because the whole thing broke when I got. That's why I put like a wired LED strip up there. Yeah, it's kind of blue. I was like, what? It's pretty. Can you see it? Yeah, but it can't be like it can't be that kind of blue.
Yeah, you were
I was
already.
like, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's no point in arguing that. If you're pulled over at 3 a.m. for something like that, it has nothing to do with that.
How dare you drive through this free nation of ours with a license plate lit to the color of your choosing,
Well,
sir?
with a beard of my size at that hour of the night, yeah, how dare I?
He's a bad influence to license plates everywhere.
Yes. So they.
I'm
start
taking this
questioning me.
serious, but
They start questioning me and shit. And
All right.
I've got some secret moves I do in these situations. I'm not going to unveil them here because, I'll tell you sometimes you need a move, but I don't want to get into the wrong side, the wrong team, you know what I mean? And then they know how to look better for things. Anyway, so I was starting to execute one of these moves, but it was a decent bag of mushrooms, And right at that moment, he's like, what you got there? I was like, mushrooms. He's like,
And how many people in the car?
just me.
Just you.
Just me. So they pulled me out to do sobriety checks and shit, and I passed. He says, well, I want to draw blood. I said, I just passed those tests. It's like, well, you can get a warrant, but if you make us get a warrant, you lose your license automatically for a year. I said, well, that's a fucking pigeonhole, man, don't you think?
So not only do you pass a test that has been probably gone through how many fucking committees for how many millions of taxpayer fucking dollars,
But
he's just got to push.
Yeah, because he's thinking, oh, man, because the blood test and shit like that is... I'd rather do something like that than some weird fucking dance thing. You know what I mean? There's so many variables to that in every situation. But the point is, it should be my right to make you get a warrant. I know you're still going to get it.
No, it used to be called illegal search and seizure.
Right, so that's why you have to get a warrant if it's requested by a citizen, Not automatically punish them for that or threaten to punish it. Like, if you do that, you can do that.
How fucked up is the procedure where you can decline to do a breathalyzer, but they can still take you anyway?
They have a loophole for all of it, man.
I can understand not letting you get back in your vehicle, Okay, but if you decline a breathalyzer,
Yeah.
at that point, unless you've run over a fucking soccer field of toddlers, you know,
I mean, they throw it at you as a, well, if you're innocent, then what's the problem?
that is one of my least favorite fucking arguments. It's like when people were like, "Oh, I don't care if the government's looking at my email." I'm like, "But it's yours.
Yeah,
like
not-
it's
yeah,
literally
the principle
yours."
of it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of that. I mean, the whole system's kind of, they're trained in these languages of trying to, the way they word things, and it's a lot of lawyers
Such a
talking with.
simple document, right? Our Constitution, our Bill of Rights,
Well, yeah,
and all
when
of
it started, yeah.
all
yeah.
of this serpentine fuck. Anyway, so
And I don't really do politics. I hate them for a reason, so
Yeah.
I stay out of it. I haven't watched TV in 10 fucking years, or more. Not, I love entertainment, good films, but
we're at war with Iran.
yes, yeah. What am I? I mean, that's fucking awful, But it's gotten so far from like anything that seems at all sane or rational to me that I just can't.
I keep fucking up the story. So, do you ask for
getting-
a warrant or not?
I asked for the warrant.
All right.
Well, I tell them, get the fucking warrant, take my license. The point is, you get the warrant anyways,
Do some work.
They did, and I mean, I knew I had them. I can't hide that many mushrooms that quick. So they searched the car and they found my weed and whatever, and so they take me to take my blood at the hospital, and they do that, and then they take me to jail in Carroll County, and I ended up spending 31 days in there for or 8 dudes in a 4-man cell because it was the last time, it was the last batch before the new jail was just being finished, so they were like filling the old one up, so they have enough. People to put into the new one.
Are you telling me that an American prison was an uncomfortable and poorly managed
Well, it depends on when
facility?
you get in. That's part of my whole theory here. Is like if you think about jails and prison, any town that's going to growing to expand, they're building another jail every 50 years or something, right?
Best jail I was ever in?
Yeah.
Was in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had American money, man. I lived like a paisamo.
Bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
but
sultan.
what you got over there?
Huh?
Was it just like
I didn't bribe the harbor
was it pretty
master.
modern or no?
No, it was
Like
a shit.
bamboo bars?
It was like fucking like creeks of shit flowing through.
Like
the
actual creeks of shit.
Yeah, it was.
Shit Creek.
But if you had the juju,
It's pretty much like that everywhere.
Yeah.
Really. You just don't have to even go in here if you've got enough of it.
So
So anyway,
31 days.
31 days. The guys in there were great and shit, but so it's 31 days in there for that, and then they dropped the felony, gave me a plea deal, 2 misdemeanors, took my license, put me on probation, and released me. And here's where it starts to get, because I was a road musician with no wife, no kids. I hadn't had an actual address in 10 years. You know what I mean? At all, and they do not like that. They do not like you to not have an address and a way to find you and a taxable income. So having a band definitely wasn't something they liked either. They took it more of a joke. Told me to get a real job when my band had played 1,000 shows in 10 years. I've written 80 songs and play a lot of instruments and booked it all myself. And it's a hard job. It's a super hard job. It's definitely a job. So the judge says, yeah, sounds like fun, but you should get a real job.
Motherfucker.
Because I needed a public attorney. And but I was also a chef for a long time, like a serious chef, an executive chef for 15 years on the West Coast before I left it all for music, trying to free myself from this whole system.
So whatever happened to a judge that did not feel like it was okay for them to cross a line into judging a person's personal life? Okay, like your job is to
I'm saying
sit-
shit like, sounds like fun, but you should get a real job.
like that shit pisses me off
Yeah.
more than like
Especially
them-
when it's your something you're creating.
I mean, you're a
passion.
motherfucking citizen, Howard. Like,
Right.
I don't know if they got the memo down there in what county. I mean, like, but
Yeah, that's Carroll County.
see, and that's the shit that pisses me off, and that's why I like that we're having to talk about the legal system, because we just dipped our fucking ankles in this fucking shit show,
Mm-hmm.
and we're already at a judge demeaning your fucking lifestyle.
Oh, there's so much in it. I mean, and I have no previous charges in my life. I'm not like a reoccurring felon on parole or anything like that. I've never been arrested before this at 45. So
And see, this is where the judge would say something. Well, I guess you just didn't get caught.
yeah, I mean, a lot of it is I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? I'm not cocky about things, but also I'm not bothering anybody. But
So you don't have an address to give him for probation.
yeah. So I ended up just saying I'm just gonna go back to culinary for a minute, get a job, grab an address, get through this, pay the fines, pay the fees. It's a year of probation. Shouldn't be that bad,
If I may, just,
Except for telling me I can't smoke weed because that's a medicine for me, honestly, and it is for a lot of people. But
At this stage in the story, just because I kind of have to do a back and forth. That's how the
you got a
podcast thing
sponsor or
works.
something you got to talk about?
No, fuck.
No sponsor. He sees Ramshackle.
I'd like to thank the court system of
That's your fucking sponsor.
the Fraternal Order of Police, and
There you go.
I was once let out of Marion
I
County
yelled at them recently on the phone.
Fraternal Order.
Called recently, and I was like, "Get your money somewhere fucking else, dude." I was like chewing out the poor guy trying to get funds for the fucking FOP, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll use it wisely. So I get released out of Marion County lockup with no shoes on, and they shovel me across Delaware to their fucking ankle monitor, fucking breathalyzer spot. I think it was called Track Group at the time. I tried to find out who owned that company. They changed the company every 6 months and refreshed the board of directors, right?
It's all sneaky shit.
Right. But so I go in there, and they are like, I had a thing that prohibited me, whatever. And so I had to like come up with an address. I didn't have an address at all, and they're like, "Well, we're going to put you right back into Marion County." And I was like, "Can I have like a phone call? Like, can I figure
like,
something out?"
Is it illegal to not have an address?
They were like, "You have 15 minutes, and you can use this phone like over here." I called like Days In, and I said, "I need to." They're like, "You have a credit card?" I was like, "Fuck." Right. So I had to call a buddy. I was like, "Dude, book me a fucking room." And so I used that address, and they let me go.
That's the trickery. You got to be tricky just because.
How the fuck is a dude coming out of lockup with no shoes going to be able to get a hotel, man? Like, that's how they get you, dude. Because they were just going to cycle me right back in.
Yeah, there's a lot of little. That's why by to get to the end of my story here, you'll know better of why I'm doing what I'm doing. But so I got out of jail. I bought a trailer for $2,000 and 2 lower tabs in a small town, and put some. It was gutted and fixed it up a little bit. And went back to culinary where, I make a good salary and shit like that. I have a good resume. I did a lot of shit. I can get a culinary job anytime if I really need it. I did the year of probation. And
this is the part that fucks with me.
This is the hard part to swallow because that was a hard year for Mr. No, fuck authority over
So
here.
for the podcast listeners, this gentleman fulfilled his debt to society by completing a year of probation, and you were released off of probation.
Yes, but over the phone. And that's where... It's just, unfortunately, we just can't have a lot of that, shake on our
But who was it, your PO?
My PO, my probation officer, because I had to call in, because they put me on probation in Howard County. I'm working in West Lafayette, and they took my license. I'm like, I can't be coming over there and fucking seeing you all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Imagine me trying to
I was like, I can call in more. I mean, I don't mind calling in for a checkup.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right, well, this is and it was on a Friday, and Sunday was the last date of my sentence, He said, well, I'm closing the file, fucking everything's done, all set.
Now does that have to wash through the courts before it's official, or when the PO fucking puts his...
Here's the thing is that I was arrested in Carroll County. They transferred me to that county because I didn't have an address coming out of jail, and I was staying with my girlfriend's mom. I said, yeah, but I don't live there. I'm just staying there for a minute. You don't have to transfer probation. I don't know if I'll be in that county. And they charge you to transfer the fucking probation to another county. I'm like, just forget. Just leave it there in Howard County.
Do you know how many people in this country, if they were to listen to this, would just shake their head and say, I understand? Do you know how many people have so many stories like this where it's just like, I did everything fucking right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the thing is that, but they can still just keep bucking with you, man. There's so many.
Well, and they're just waiting to violate you.
Well, that's what, and somebody and that's what's irritating. I think it might be the band more than anything else because I don't have a record. I'm not like on paper some, top 10 nuisances to this county. We should get him, keep messing with him.
You're not like a
Sicario. I've got a fucking weed charge and a speeding ticket or whatever, but I do have a lot of fuck authority, and I don't censor that.
Well, there's your problem.
That's their problem, yeah. I mean, it's their problem with me for sure, I think. Yeah. But that's kind of the point of it. So, I guess it.
So the PO says you're clear.
Says I'm clear. So I was like, fuck yes, I made it through that year. I'm
How much did you spend, if you're comfortable? Because I want the audience to know what a year of probation costs.
With court costs and the drugs, it's thousands, man, thousands of dollars for sure. I mean, multiple thousands of dollars to get through that. And I also told him, I said, I owe you a few $100 still. Is that cool? Do I need to pay that before you can close this? He's like, just don't take too long. I said, all right, cool. I'll get it done.
Last time I'm going to stop you on the probation side, but I'm now trying to inform the audience about what you and I have gone through and different things. Yeah. I was on an ankle monitor and a breathalyzer when I came out. Even though my crime was not an alcohol-related crime, they still made me fucking...
right? They tell you can't drink.
The fuck? I'm an Irishman.
No, you can't. I mean, you can't have a drop in the house at all.
Assholes. So they put me on this thing. It was $18 a day.
Mm-hmm.
When I researched how many people were getting washed out of Marion County lockup, being sent over there for those ankle monitors, it was 38,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
That's 38,000
Yep.
people times $18
That's
a
what I'm saying.
day. 18 times 364 times 38,000 or whatever.
And when they put you on those situations, there's an agreement. There's a separate agreement of, this is in lieu of your sentence. So it could be this, but we'll give you this.
Yeah.
That's where they condition you.
So you're
But-
you're just begging for it.
But you can't get pulled over for one thing. You can't break a single law, no misdemeanor, nothing, no trouble at all whatsoever.
Yep.
Or they can take it off. They
Well-
can take none of it ever counts, and you got to do the whole sentence back in jail, and you lose all that.
When I got out and I had to leave the hotel, I went and I was homeless for 11 months. And then finally, a Vietnam.
Well, we were never really homeless. We're ramblers. I mean,
True.
I didn't have an address, but I wasn't sleeping under the bridge. I was a road musician. I stayed all over the place. I just didn't like.
I mean, I slept on railroad tracks in February, and my beard froze to the fucking iron. That's pretty homeless,
That's
if you ask me.
That's a bad scenario, man, for sure. Yeah.
But this is one of those magical things I want to introduce into an otherwise negative situation, is because a Vietnam vet in McCordsville let me sleep in his barn for work, and I helped him on 3 buildings on his property, and he let me sleep. I was sleeping with raccoons, dude. I finally got a bouncing gig at a local venue, a big one, the Hi-Fi, and because I was working around alcohol so much, the breathalyzer kept beeping, and so like every 30 minutes they were like, "We're gonna send the fucking sheriff to come fucking get." I'm like, I'm working. Because it was the only job I could get, right? So now I'm being tracked. Now I'm on a breathalyzer, and I'm not drinking, but they think I am. Try explaining that to the PO that's heard everything. Oh, I had some NyQuil, right? And so finally, I couldn't. The anxiety.
The constant anxiety for guys like us is horrible.
You had to look into your cell phone like 40 times a day and do the breathalyzer, and then the video would cut out, the cell phone signal would
and
fucking
the tech
cut out.
wasn't that great either, because they're trying to look at not if it's just you, but it's looking for signs of a bloodshot eye or drooping something, or what. It's looking for those things too, to think that just tell if you're intoxicated.
So you know what I did, Howard?
What'd you do? Yeah,
And then I went on the run for a good period of time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
I mean, my mental health literally suffered. It to this day, my
and to take
mental
away your
health.
weed for me, that was, and my mental health was going nuts.
Yeah.
So I make it through that year. I was elated that, like, God, I fucking did that. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oh,
absolutely,
once
I
you-
went to go smoke weed
When the
immediately.
PO says you're free, it's like, oh my god. For the people watching this, this is just probation.
Yeah.
This isn't even doing 20 years in the fucking big hotel.
Yeah, and we're not putting that down because that's a whole different
Yeah.
thing. I'm ignorant to that for sure. This is small, tiny shit.
I really want them to understand, because like so many people like sit around, they go, oh, they're criminals, oh, they're just pieces of
Right.
shit and all this. It's like, that was a year of you doing every day
Yeah.
through struggle.
Paying them money, leaving my band, and stopping my music. I mean, really cutting it back a couple shows. I mean, basically stopping my band, dude, that I built for so long.
But I mean, we've been through it, so I'm just wanting them. Okay, so you get off.
It's a lot emotionally and mentally. It's a lot. So I get off, and it's instantly I'm like cutting a day short at work. I'm gonna get some weed and fucking just chill out for a minute.
Which, as a free man with no debt to society, should be able to do if drugs weren't illegal.
Yeah, that's where it nips you here, is that weed's still legal technically. Yeah. But really, anybody you talk to in the system at all is definitely like, whatever, shouldn't be, but it is. So,
You know how many cops have walked by me and I smell fucking weed? Like,
we're on a fucking border state, man, and we have some big pharmaceutical companies here too, and I don't know, who knows what the reasons are. You know what I mean?
we can get into that after your story.
Yeah.
Now I want to hear it, so I'm going to lay back.
So this is where it takes a bad turn. Is so apparently they send that. Now, granted, I mean, I did that first day, that new job, that new salary chef job that I got. My girlfriend's been driving me around in my registered vehicle for a year because they took the license and want me to get jobs and whatever.
Is it the lady I know from
Stephanie
back in the day? Yeah, God, man,
she's been
what
around
a
for quite a
trooper,
long
man!
time.
What a trooper!
Right, a trooper indeed. Yes, she's all mugger for sure. That's the long haul with a road musician. But common law kind of years. We've been together for quite some time. Yeah, so she drives me around everywhere, you know. That's why we have to do it. She's not a good driver. Not like putting her down. She's just not. She knows she's not. She's a nervous driver. She doesn't like it. You know, she doesn't like driving on freeways or at night or in the rain.
I mean, I can't
And
fucking shoot basketball,
It is
right?
exceptionally more dangerous for everybody for her to be driving than me. And I'm not saying that in a shitty way. She agrees. Like it's.
Oh, Howard, you'll say anything
You know what I
to
mean?
get out of a fucking court order.
I mean, yeah, it's not the smartest option, but we're doing it. Of course, sometimes on a long trip, we'll set the cruise control and I'll steer from the passenger side. So there's a fucking loophole, dude. Because she can do nails and everything. I mean, technically, I'm kind of driving.
Only a fucking musician would have said that fucking statement.
Yeah, that's a good move. I mean, you're never gonna catch me doing it. By the time you get up to the car, we're not. I mean, we're sitting in opposite seats. We look innocent as
There was
fuck.
some dopey ass fucking kid at the track group thing, and he was 8 days away from getting off of probation, and he had wrapped aluminum foil around his tracker, and he went out to the fucking clubs, and it worked. The tracker said he was still at fucking home, and so he's out he's telling me this story because he's sitting there. He's like, "Man, I'm gonna go to jail for like 5 fucking years." Like 5, and I was like, "You dumb." But anyways, what happened is this PO was at the fucking club.
Fuck.
It's so
He'd get, like, out of the corner of his eye, he saw like the lights hitting the sparkle on his
And
ankle, and he's like, "Oh, what is
I'm
that?"
thinking if you're 8 days away from getting off probation, man, wait to go
I
clubbing.
mean, if you're on house arrest, especially where they're tracking your every move, that's
Right,
pretty
right.
risky. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so I think I'm on probation for like a week. I'm feeling pretty fucking good about it. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
a week went by.
it's about a week. So
5
they sent
business days.
So Howard County officer must have sent the paperwork, which is where I don't think this is true until you see the paperwork. Must have to send that back to the arresting county, and they went through the whole year file looking for anything that, like, even though he was my officer and we discussed everything, and he said, you know, I mean, we talked about things. You can make mistakes and whatever, and when you're in those situations, and you got to get to work.
How serious I just got.
Yeah.
I want to see how this fucking.
When you
PO
got to get to
explains
work
away
on
this
your
shit.
first day of work at your new job because you got to pay all their fucking bills, and your girlfriend's mom was having a major surgery. Fuck, man, you got to drive sometimes. You know what I mean? I drove, you know, and I got pulled over right in front of the new job, and I told the cop what was going on. I mean, best policy, honestly, really, generally, is to just be upfront and legit about things.
Yes, officer, I do have a submachine gun under my car
Yes.
seat.
I've got weed, but it's just mine, I swear. It's just personal. So he was pretty cool, but he still wrote me the ticket and filed all the things. And when that file got filed, that's technically a breach of my probation that I got that ticket. Even though I've now, all the fines are paid for that ticket, and you released me from probation, that should be like well, if you didn't say anything then, you can't pull it back. You know what I mean? You can't. Somebody gonna look at the cold cases 10 years from now and say this guy shouldn't have been off his probation.
Well, and also, where's the fucking humanity, right?
Yeah,
and
where's
that's
the
that's the
I
problem
know.
with the system. Is I mean, you just got
You can
done.
get a little bit with the face-to-face cop thing. That's why I didn't get. He could have taken me to jail right then.
Yeah.
But he saw the situation, and I was being genuine and saying, "No, you come on. This is what's going on. I had to drive. You know, I'm not
but
joyriding."
no, man, I gotta file a grievance with that statement, dude. Like the humanity in that is that dude knowing that could have fucked you and just saying, you know what, man.
You cannot file. They got they're fucking held. They got everybody's got the body cams, everything else. Everything's digital. You know what I mean? That scan of my plates to show that I suspended. He didn't do that. The system does that. And it logs that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They lost their control of being able to be human about it.
Yeah.
They did. They lost their control.
My
of it.
mom's boyfriend smashed into the back of a cop car drunk on like Meridian Street, just north of the Circle, back in like the 70s, and the cop drove him home.
Yeah, I grew up in a small town, and we hated it then. But in hindsight, like, you know, the town cop, we had one town cop.
Yeah.
We knew his days off. He didn't work all night. He drove the same car with a weird tail light you could see a mile away. But he never, like, he just find us like at the park drinking as teenagers. And he'd pour out the whiskey, tell us to take the beer out in the country, you know, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Or he would, you know, he would pull up and have a beer in his squad car sometimes at a late time of night. Be like, look, it's after curfew. You know, just don't make my life hard, guys.
Yeah, right.
You know, and he was generally pretty all right. We used to have a thing too. Like,
Hold on, because I know that you want it, but like I got to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets in the system that you get pulled over.
right, so they file a notice to revoke my probation, which I happened to see in an email, and I was like, what the fuck is this, you know? And I instantly was like, oh my God, you know, they're trying to take it away. Maybe so it's fines or fees. So I made sure I got all of it caught up and everything. And I went in and find out, no, it's about that driving I'm suspended. And I tried explaining to him in the courtroom. He's like, I'm not interested in what happened. This hearing is just letting you know that this is what we're doing, and we need to figure out a lawyer and everything else moving forward. But I still feel like I should have been off probation at that point, even though now they're trying to. So then, and this is where
what was your date?
My date, I was off on March 1st.
When the PO said you're off.
Right, March 1st.
Like, because like their fucking paperwork shouldn't fucking matter. Like, I mean, if you were not like.
They're all about. I mean, we're all about paperwork.
Well, I know, but I mean, what the fuck? I mean, like, what if I'm going to do 20 years and they tell me I'm going to get out on May 22nd? Like, they're going to keep me until May fucking 30th? No, man. Like,
well, no, that's
open the door.
Right. So I mean, while I'm in court, I should technically be off probation, but since the thing that they're saying I broke the agreement on was within my probationary period. You know what I mean? They're saying that, yeah, but you committed this crime when you were told you cannot commit any crimes or this would be taken away.
I don't understand. You told me you got off probation. Is that the term that you're talking about?
But when I got the driving on suspended, I was still on probation.
Oh, that's a part I missed, man.
Yeah, so I'm
sorry.
I was, it's February something, early February. So I'm about a month out of being done when it happens. But my probation officer knows it happens. You know,
he wasn't going to use that against you, but then you picked up another one, so they were like,
no, I didn't pick up another one. Then when he closes the file, the other county, who they can come back and say, well,
I'm so fucked up, man. Did you get pulled over at any point after you got off probation?
Just that one time.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh, no, not off. I'm sorry, not off probation. No, this is on probation.
Okay, so you were not pulled over after your guy. Okay, this whole time I thought you were telling me that you got pulled over after your probation date, and they still took.
No, I got pulled over a month before I was off probation.
I'm with you now. This is the problem with me talking all the time.
Right,
I got you now.
Like I said, I had a legitimate reason. Things happened. My probation officer knew about it. I went to court for it already. I didn't think it was. He said he was closing the file. Okay, so they looked the other way on that one.
So technically, you did violate.
Yeah, technically,
okay.
I did violate. That's
the
thing.
Gotcha.
There is a technicality to it. I did violate.
Yeah, my whole thing was I thought that they were drug testing you and shit after you got off probation.
They did. That's what I'm getting to. So I go to court for this to find out, and the prosecutor says, "Well, he was a random screen. I would think he should be screened today as well." And I was like, "Fuck," And I did try and plan ahead a little bit, but they took so long to get my court case going. It was a past its due time. But they do mouth swabs there in the building. There's no it's now right now. So I violated on, being or using fucking drugs, using fucking THC and whatever.
So now you got 2 violations.
Now I got 2, and they file another petition to revoke. And then I get a lawyer, public defender, and I go in for the next date, and he's telling me that I need to check in. I need to get pre-approved with community corrections for house arrest. The prosecution's going for, they want to upgrade me from probation to house arrest. You know what I mean? Not quite jail. No, you don't have to go back to jail, but I could send you to jail.
There goes your job and the ability to be a meaningful member of society.
I could send you to jail, but we're gonna offer you house arrest, which is $250 to start, $150 a week.
But see, that's how they fucking get you.
Yeah.
Like literally, this guy smoked some weed
because that first year's gone.
It
doesn't matter that I did that year of probation and I pay. It's all void because of the violation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's still facing that original.
So
charge.
I face the original charge all over again, or I go through house arrest, so I'm still not in jail, but I'm still, like you said, I barely made it through that year, man. I do not like looking over
how
the
the
shoulder.
hell does the legal system expect somebody to be confined? I mean, and I get it. You could be in a fucking cage. Like, I get it.
Right.
So they're saying, like...
But there's 2 sides to it of that, and that's why... And the end of the story, the spoiler is that I'm picking the cage. And that's what the shocking part to a lot of people is I'm choosing to go to jail. I'm done fucking bargaining. I'm done bartering with them at all. I'm done. I mean, it's a misdemeanor. My worst case is year.
So you said, fuck the expense, fuck the hassle, fuck all that. You're going to put me in for 6 months, sign me up.
Yeah, and that's it. I don't have to answer any more questions. I get out, I'm free. There's no paper trail. There's no screening me for weed. There's no asking me anything. I'm done. Mm-hmm. And it sounds crazy, but that moment was, there was a weight of lifted off my shoulder. Knowing, I finally know I know what the outcome will be.
Do you know what I would find a similar feeling to be? The guy who's in for 5 years and gets told to knife a fuck. And when he finally says, they're either going to fucking rape me or kill me if I don't do this, and he finally just puts the fucking knife in the guy, and now he's in prison for life. but at least he wasn't it's that same pressure. It's that same feeling where you're just like, fuck, just let it end. I don't want to listen to a lawyer. I don't want to listen to a prosecutor, for fuck's sakes. I don't want to listen to a judge.
I don't want to put,
And I don't want to listen to convicts anymore. Just put me in a fucking hole. Like, literally just put me in a hole. I was facing 18 fucking years, dude.
That's a whole different thing. This is small potatoes, what I'm doing.
Yeah, dude, but they stacked and stacked and stacked so many charges.
And they got that habitual thing now they're doing to everybody that, like, takes sentences and just triples them. I mean, quick. And they're just putting it on everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I saw some, like, man, she must have been late 60s for a possession of methamphetamine thing or whatever. It was under a gram or something, just whatever. She's in her 60s. Let her do what the fuck she wants, man. You know, but that got her on habitual. She's probably been caught with a little personal somewhere else in her life, and she was going to prison for like a decade for that shit.
Yeah, it's fucked up. When I was in, was it CCC? It was when the jail was a privately owned thing. There was this black kid that was there that I really bonded with, man. He was cool. Him and a guy named Dirty, he used to be kind of a big dude in Hawville.
Jail name, yeah.
Yeah, he was a Hawville guy. Anyway, I wrote a song about him, Dirty's Block. But this kid had been in there for 2 years on a paperwork error. He wasn't waiting for trial.
Well, could you imagine spending 20 years in jail on a weed charge and that be legalized in that state or something?
Right?
I'd fucking go crazy, man.
But just to clarify, I just said a dude spent 2 years in fucking community jail.
On paper.
On a paper. He couldn't get his attorney to fucking solve the thing. And he was like, yeah, I'm getting out in like 4 fucking months. I was like, dude, I would be killing somebody. I mean, if you're telling me my physical form for no reason is sitting here just because you can't fucking open a door and let me the fuck out. So that's
where, I mean, you got to be. It takes a state of. I mean, it takes some meditative thinking to. You know, there's lots of theories and philosophies about accepting what you can't change or whatever, no matter what side of it you're on. You know, and it's hard to swallow for a minute. You know, for sure, really hard to swallow.
Yeah.
But I gotta swallow it. You know, it is happening.
So you're looking at 6 months and free.
Right. So I'm choosing to take that 6 months. Leave me the fuck alone, and I'll be done with it.
I think that's, no surprise to me because I know you, but that's the big boy call, and
But it's fucked up. It's still a pain in my ass, and something that I don't think I deserve, and it fucks with my life for sure. I mean, absolutely. I had to walk away from that salary chef job. Yeah. I mean, I can get another one, but still.
So what do you say? Well, and it's not a felony, right?
No, it's a misdemeanor.
Okay. Because I'm a triple felon.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing.
Like, I mean,
I'm speaking for the little guy here for sure.
I tried recently to get a job.
Oh, dude, forget it.
My crimes were over a decade ago. I'm a good boy now, Daddy.
Yeah, have been for a long time.
I used to be a son of a bitch.
But it's all about reforming, right? And people can change, but it's not.
Do you know what the job was?
What?
It was like a $14 an hour fucking piece of shit job.
Yeah.
This is 10 years after.
A lot of like Walmart doesn't hire felons.
Lowe's, Home Depot, fucking all these places.
It's crazy.
So, your only option is the trades, and that
under the table work and shit like that.
Well, and then they fuck you because they know you need the job.
Yep.
So, anyway, all right.
And sometimes, I'm not saying all felons are fucks, but there's a lot of fucks in those areas. Depends on what your felony is. If you're a felony, non-violent crime, or not theft or something, I don't see why you couldn't work it out.
There are a lot of felons that are innocent. You know this.
Yeah, innocent criminals, man.
And that's what kills me, man, because like I know what I was accused of and what I had to plead to and why I did it.
That's the other weird thing in court systems now is the first time you're in court, everybody takes a non-guilty plea. They just put it in. I was like, no, you caught me with the mushrooms. Like, I'm not trying to be like, you have the mushrooms. I'm guilty. Why am I? But now it's just like a blanketed part of the system. Everybody goes not guilty. Everybody. They don't. I mean, it is. You try and say guilty in that first thing. They're like, that's the next one.
You say guilty.
Everyone's not guilty.
Peter comes down from heaven to
I'm
slap
like, no,
your
listen,
mouth.
you guys took my mushrooms. They're mushrooms.
Yeah.
You caught me with mushrooms. That's what happened. I'm not somehow trying to say I'm not guilty of that.
Well, I have seen so much of the legal system that I'm firmly convinced that it has to be burnt down. This is just a personal opinion, and as I've said, and I'm talking to the audience now, not you, but we all want law enforcement. As an anarchist, I believe it's the job of the leadership to provide food, health, and protection. That's the only three things that I think, and otherwise people can figure it out amongst themselves. you have to have more faith in your fellow human being to be an anarchist than to be a believer in government. But like literally, you're just saying we can't get along unless there's an oppressive fucking overlord, right?
Yeah.
I think people can just like reason it out.
Yeah, you think it can all be solved very quickly, right? Isn't
Well,
that your theory?
and if anything, government has put walls between us being able to do that. So now
Well, that's the thing.
we
The
just run-
separation. We're separated so far down to the immediate family in ways.
Yeah.
If you think about how our culture is, it's separated out to Friendsgiving, even like a long way from where we should be.
Yeah.
And I mean, society and community are very different.
Boy, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, well, they are super different. Society is an ugly thing, but community is a beautiful thing. You know, if you,
Yeah.
I mean, and I grew up in a small town where you didn't do some certain stupid, awful things because
They took care of it.
you would know, everybody in the town would like know that you did that stupid, awful thing, and not only would you be ashamed, but you would feel guilty about it. That's your community. You know,
Dude, my mom had a stalker that would like call her up and say, "Hey, this is in the '80s," and he would say like, "Yo, that was a nice dress you were wearing out to dinner tonight," and like she'd be walking from the garage to the house, and so he was like obviously in the bushes or whatever. Two cops that she knew came to the door like a week and a half later and said, "You're not gonna have to worry about that guy anymore."
Wait, wink, wink, whatever.
I mean, I prefer that
Yeah.
than like giving that dude some sort of fucking rights or whatever, or
Yeah,
like
put him through the same
put him in the
system or-
system for 20 fucking
Yeah.
years, so my mom's got to pay tax dollars for the fucking guy. Now to this day, I don't know if they just took him across the state line or if they put him in the fucking dirt.
don't
but
ask.
yeah, don't ask.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
you know, the small town I grew up in is if you had a beef at school, if you were at school and you teenage boys, somebody fucking called you whatever, called you poser or something, and if you challenged that motherfucker, if you challenged him, that's it. You know, we're fighting today.
Yeah.
That there was a thing at our small town park at 4 o'clock. If you were challenged to a fist fight,
Mutual
it wasn't
combat.
like every day, but you had better show up for that fist fight.
Oh, yeah.
Whether for whatever, if you knew you were going to lose, or if you knew whatever, if it'd be a fair fight. Not showing up was way worse. But the town cop was there. He sat there, and he wasn't. You know, that's how far we come so quickly.
Just so it wouldn't get out of hand.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so it'd be a fair fight. So if these two fellers wanted to have a fist fight over a thing and it was going to make them feel better, that's between those two fucking guys.
But put the bat down.
Yes, no bats and trading guns. There's no guns in our street fights and shit. You didn't have to think
See,
about
I
it.
think that's a more reputable and responsible role for a police officer than just driving around doing tickets.
I would like for us all to be above all of the violence. And I think violence is fucking stupid and ignorant. But you know, it's where we live at the
Well,
moment.
going back to the
No, it's
AI,
the fighting words.
going back to the AI situation, man, when everybody's got nothing but 24 hours to do whatever the fuck they want to do,
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that aren't prepared for that level of freedom that are just going to go on tears through society.
Oh man, porn's gonna get fucking so bad, like worse than it already is. Weirdness.
Well, and just
People are gonna run out of things to fuck.
my wife looked at me crazy because I had seen all of these things on Facebook about like AI girlfriends.
I know,
Like
right?
they actually have apps now
Yeah.
where you can like, how was your day, honey?
Did you see the new Blade
I
Runner?
look at
The newer Blade Runner where
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling. I'm not a big movie buff, but he has that AI girlfriend,
that's right.
and that they play that write that very well.
It was
I
cool.
thought that was kind of interesting how well that was, because I always thought the same way. Like, what the fuck? What is this AI girlfriend? Ask me how my day was and bounces around a little bit and shit. It's really weird.
Well, but I mean, think about how much. I mean, because there is a large portion of the male-female dynamic where a female really bases her decision on a partner on a guy that's an earner and like and not an alpha,
Right.
but like some guy that takes care of business.
Yeah,
And-
but you can
and-
be anybody you want on the buying side of that product.
But when society says you no longer can be a provider or an earner, 6'3" construction job guy with 2 powder knees because you've been working for whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, what is that going to do to the male-female dynamic, much less society? It's just, it affects
it's
everything,
already pretty.
you know?
It's definitely started. I mean, the male side's been cruising to the female side for a while. Don't you think?
Well, yeah, that's a different
We've gotten
topic.
a lot softer, I think.
Men?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I think they're intentionally castrating men.
yeah. I mean, things
Through
like
the
I'm
food
not
supply,
pro
water.
bullying by any means, but bullying was a necessary thing that I grew up with. In a way, I mean, I'm not talking like people killing each other over being overweight. I'm talking about normal boys will be boys or whatever. I mean, I got bullied my 8th grade year, and I said, "That ain't fucking happening."
Where are
Next
they?
year,
I'm gonna go have a
think
fucking
about this.
talk.
I'm gonna put some thought into this
You don't
and
bully my friend Howard.
come back next year, and I handled it myself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I fucking made a change of things or whatever.
I didn't even get bullied once. A friend of mine just got sucker punched unconscious by the hardest hitter in high school. He was like the known hardest hitter. His name was Chris Stack or something like that.
Did he always sucker punch?
No, he was actually a friend of my brother's, so I knew him. But like we were walking, and he just didn't like this other kid, and just cold cocked him. And so I met him outside the library. I was like, I don't really appreciate what you did to my buddy, man. And so like we just started going at it. He was used to like one shot ponies.
Yeah.
And he hit me. And I remember thinking, I'd really like to be on the dirt right now. Like I'd
Right.
really just like to go to sleep. I mean, that dude hit like hard. But I stayed up, and we went for about maybe
Best friends.
2-3 minutes. And I looked at him. I was like, "Are we done here?" He's like, "Yeah."
Did you become friends later?
Yeah. No problems.
Most
afterwards.
of my
Not
closest
friends, but
relationship
no
male
problems.
friends, not through like brutal fights, but most of my closest lifelong friendships stemmed from a button of heads of two
Yeah.
stag boys back in the day. Because there was like an instant, if you weren't like if you didn't back down from each other, there was this instant kind of like.
Well, if you're not going to back down from me, I know you're going to be on my fucking side.
Right, I
Like
want that
when-
guy with me. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, those are.
Well, that's
yeah.
one of the first things I thought about you, dude, because like, I mean, it's very rare, especially me. Like I used to be the guy that was like everybody's best friend. I was Chucklehead McGee, man. Like, I mean, I would just, and still a lot of people are like, "Hey, Sietch is," I was the guy that would walk into the bar and it was showtime, right? I'm your buddy, I'm your friend. Hey, let's do this. But like that was a defense mechanism for me. Like, I mean, it was just like if everybody thinks I'm a nice guy, they're gonna fuck with the other guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I get that concept, sure.
But when I first met you, and this is hopefully taken as a compliment, like I never once felt anything for you other than I think that this guy is my friend. And typically it takes me 5 years to trust somebody.
No, we were definitely one of those quick ones for me too, and it's not an easy thing for me either.
Yeah.
Like a true, like if somebody, like a true connection, male or female, it doesn't matter, at all. But
Just don't be a piece of shit. Like, I mean, I don't care what you do, who you pray to, what you do in the bedroom, like who you vote for. Just like be a decent human being.
right. But yeah, I mean, definitely don't be a fuck. You can tell with people if they're underlying like, closeted fuck. For sure, they're out there.
Do you feel like you said everything you wanted to say about your situation?
I think so, man. I'm just, I just want to start some conversations about some of the shit that goes down,
You know me for a while now, and when you met me, I had the hair down to my ass and the biker beard out to fucking here or
sure.
whatever. So
A little leather vest, no shirt kind of action,
yeah, and the couple knife wounds
Yep,
and whatever. But this was I want to tell this story if you'll give me space, and then we can talk about it. This is my first experience with law enforcement, and this is the reason why I detest the legal system. I went to a Grateful Dead concert with a buddy of mine. I hate the Grateful Dead. Never liked them. All my buddies did. So,
But the scene's cool.
yes. And this is at Deer Creek, or whatever it's fucking called now, Ruoff. And we go there, and a hippie family comes up to us, mom, dad, and like 3 fucking kids. And he had an acoustic guitar. He's like, "Hey, we don't have tickets," so we gave him our tickets for an acoustic guitar. We go get them Sammy Smith beers, and we go to the parking lot with 1,000 of people, and we're just sitting there playing acoustic.
Samuel Smith, the thick ones.
Oh, dude, like oat me,
Yeah,
like oat.
oat thick, yeah.
Like if you're not burping.
Yeah, no, I've been in that scene, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but they will F you up.
Yeah.
And so I look across a lake, and there's a girl dancing on top of a hill. And I'm like, that's where I should probably be. So I jump in the lake, I swim across, I run up to the hill. I'm just living life, man.
Jack and Jill and that shit.
Well,
yeah.
just having fun. It's not even about the fact that it's a girl. It's just she's up there dancing, having fun. I was like, I want to dance and have fun too. So I'm up there and I'm dancing. And I see a dude fly down the hill and jump in the lake. And then I see a popo chasing him. And I
Is
was
that
like,
Deer Creek? It's not like on the campgrounds or something?
the back of it with the
Yeah.
fence and the,
It's still Deer Creek, yeah.
I don't even know if there's still a lake there. I mean, I haven't been to Deer Creek in like 15 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm like, wow, that dude's probably in a lot of fucking trouble. Maybe I should get back to my buddy. And as I turn, a German Shepherd jumps on me and starts gnawing on my leg.
Dude dancing. Just
dancing.
Yeah.
And chewing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on, so I just start hitting it.
Yeah.
And
That's an officer.
nobody said, "Hey, police, freeze," nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Dancing, dog. So finally, a cop is standing over me, and he's like, Faust, Faust, or whatever the release is. And the
Yeah, it's
dog,
all German, all the commands, yeah.
So I lay back. I'm like, okay, the popo are here. And the dog doesn't let go of me and, in fact, drags me 8 feet up the hill. So imagine being dragged by a shepherd.
How old are you when this
up
happened? This is
16.
right. You're probably a $120 or something.
But I was pretty big. I played football.
Oh, you were a big teenager.
About 180.
I was a pretty small teenager. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, the
So,
dog
and I'm going to try to do it quick because I didn't want to make it up about the story. But so the dog drags me up. So I said, I fuck you if you can't get this dog off of me. So I just start pounding its head into my leg. And I took its bottom jaw and twisted it like this. Another German Shepherd got my arm, and another one got my right leg. So I got 3 fucking dogs on me, and these cops cannot get these dogs off of me. And I hadn't done anything wrong.
You had nothing with the situation.
I hadn't done anything wrong.
Right.
So finally, they get the dogs off of me. They throw me in the tent. Here's how to make an anarchist. Step 1. The cop put a little kid's Flintstone Band-Aid on my leg and laughed and walked away. That was my health care.
Yeah, because they were seen as, that's like fucking dirty deadheads or hippies or druggies or whatever is how they see the whole group.
And I even hate the fucking dead.
Yeah, you're dancing on a hill for fuck's sake. Yeah.
But you tell me what the fuck is supposed to flip in my brain when a guy does something like
It's
that
like
to
a
me.
DC comic villain story.
Right.
There's a reason they're the villain, you know, in the story. They were,
and I remember thinking, okay, like fuck that shit. And then I have to go to court. They try to get me on criminal trespass. They try to get me on whatever, and they tried to get me on
like battery on an officer back then.
Death of an officer.
Fuck,
they had to put the dog down because I'd crack.
Yeah, it's like you get the same charges if you fucking shot a cop.
Yep. And so the judge is literally sitting there saying, "Didn't he have a ticket to be at the venue?" They're like, "Yes, Your Honor," and I had receipts.
An actual working judge. That's good.
So the judge, not even my attorney, the judge threw out everything that they tried to do me for. They were like, except for the dog thing, and I had to do 65 hours of community service. Most people,
as a minor,
people would have gone, whew, you dodged a bullet. And I'm sitting there thinking, I did nothing wrong. I got physically damaged. I had to kill a dog.
Right, you don't want to kill it. Yeah.
And now I'm being convicted of a crime. So that I tell that story just so people understand how quickly somebody's life can just do this.
Oh, yeah.
Because after that point forward, if I saw a cop, I fucking punch him. Like, I was so fucking fuck the popo.
Yeah, the system, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it all.
So, anyways, if that helps anybody in the world understand that not every criminal wakes up and says, hey, I can't wait to get away with a bunch of mischievous shit and be a felon for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, man.
So, what do you got on the table with the muggers, man? How many shows you got? Any gigs?
Well, we're doing a secret show tomorrow. Just in case the warrant could be put out before I go on Monday to turn myself in. This needs to be more on my terms, so we won't advertise it. But if you know the muggers, hit me up. So we're just that's more for me too. Just like get some music out before we
last hurrah.
And then my idea is to book a fall tour. All from jail, so that every call to the bar is, you have a call from an inmate. And then we're like, oh, it's my cook. I'm like, no, it's not. It's Josh with the Barney Muggers. We're real outlaw blues, you know?
Dude, you got to pull some Johnny Cash shit,
That's
man.
some real outlaw blues booking right there.
Can somebody get like an acoustic up their pooper to
No,
like
fuck no, they don't give you that shit anymore.
True story. I'm in jail. That
Acoustic in the pooper?
the dirty dude. I'm
String
talking
at a
to him.
time.
His fucking ass starts ringing. Dude had a cell phone up there, and like literally it started like.
They weren't. It was like flip phones time.
Yeah.
A little razor action or something.
Until you've sat next to a dude whose butt's dialing, like.
And he didn't have it on vibrate. I'll put that bitch on vibrate.
I don't know. He was a creepy dude, man. He was one of those dudes that had his fingernails filed to a point so he could, I mean, he was a career boy.
Yeah. No, that's a whole other world for me. I don't, I don't claim to know it. I'm not. Man, there's people doing time that like.
Yeah.
I have no idea how they do it.
I know. I knew a dude that did 20 years for murder. I didn't know him. We knew each other, and he got out, and somebody was messing with like his niece, and he would go out into the front yard every day and say, "Guys, stay away from my niece. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do anything." He had a job at like a car wash. He was helping his mom pay the bills.
Yeah, that's a big charge. So they're watching.
They just kept fucking with his niece,
yeah.
And he just walked across the street and literally just killed a dude on the street.
Yeah.
Because like when you're looking at a 20 year plus guy out on parole and you don't do what he says, there's a very fine line between him saying, hey, it's better on the inside for me anyway.
Yeah, so I mean yeah, it depends on your circumstance for sure. But when I lived in Vegas, there was a tourist there that got in a fist fight on the strip, and he uppercut and did the whole like you
Yeah.
could hit your nose into your brain. It happened to that guy.
Yeah.
And that was just a drunken like street brawl. I mean, it's not great, but that whole life is fucking
I
done.
knew a dude that came out from a bar and some drunk guy, like we all been through it. Some drunk guy's just effing with him because he was the dude that he encountered at that random moment. And the guy was all up on him. So my buddy pushed him and the guy tripped on a parking meter, went into traffic,
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, exactly. That shit does happen. Anyways, quit talking shit, everybody, and we'll be fine.
So what? So we can do.
anyways, yeah, muggers.
So well, real quick, so we can do something on the flip flop. Do you see any solution to it, man? Because I mean, America is the
without-
homicidal Tarantino wonderland of Disney Christ, man. I mean, like,
Real change has got to come from each person really living the way they want to see things. Like, really living those changes and meaning it. Not just saying things, but actually, living the change you want to see.
so from what I
Quit being fucking scared, so scared of, intimidated by authority, and especially.
So what I'm digesting from you is that there's really no even real reason to try to change the system because it's just a clusterfuck. So people have to live the way
If we
they
were
want.
just better, if people were better people at the root of themselves, at the core, then we wouldn't even have a problem with the system.
I'd fucking agree with that, man.
I mean, that's where it all stems from. Us if we were better individually,
But
we wouldn't have to deal with it anywhere.
But like corruption and dodginess has just become so institutionalized now. I
But
mean,
it
like
could go the other way. Those kind of things snowball or domino. Like negativity or positivity or let's make the corruption shit the taboo thing. You know what I mean?
do you know one of my thank you.
Right.
But how do we do that? Because people are,
It's a hard thing to overcome that. I mean,
it's going back to Wally, man. Everybody's in their fat fucking
Those
chairs,
chairs.
slurping their shit. And they're like, "Oh, look, California, 35 billion in fraud." It's like the dudes that raised us would have knocked on the door of Washington D.C. with a double barrel, man. They'd be like, "You stole 38 fucking $billion."
right.
Like, where is that?
Well, I think that's what happened was that nobody wants to have to do anything that kind of shit. Good people don't,
Because we're too comfortable.
Yeah, fed and comfortable, and so everybody just kind of looked the other way enough times that the fucked up corrupt people were like, oh well, shit, we can get away with this.
That's fucking sad.
Nobody's gonna actually do that shit,
I mean, I'm not.
Not by myself, I guess, but I'm gonna do my own little. People think that I'm letting them win, but I'm not letting them win.
Well, I think you and I are probably similar.
It's like my school fight thing, If they are a much bigger, much dirtier fighter than me,
Yeah.
and that's the reality. I would not win a fight with them. I mean, I know
They got
that.
M1
But
Abrams tanks.
But I will go and take that punch, man,
Yeah.
and be done with them.
I don't really like artists that are political. I think we've talked about
Yeah,
that before. It's like I don't need Taylor Swift writing a song about fucking.
Except for that Jesse Wells kid. Is that his name?
I don't know.
Oh, he's like, oh man, you gotta check him out. He's an interesting writer. He's like a newer Dylan kind of thing.
Jesse Wells.
Jesse Wells, yeah.
Oh, is he like the kind of hobo rail riding kid?
Yeah, they're like just doing videos in the woods.
Yeah, I
but
like
his
him.
lyrics are so witty and
Yeah.
the way, and he writes about anything and everything, and he reminds me of that. He speaks out on a bunch of shit, but he puts a poignant and comedic way to look at the fucked up shit that's going on. It's well said, I think.
What he really reminds me of is the Beatniks, because my grandfather on my dad's side was a rail rider in the Depression, so he was the guy that would work on a fucking ranch for 3 months and then jump on a train and eat hash and fucking shit. But he reminds me of like almost Tom Waitsy kind of,
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know. Or like you.
Yeah, I'm a beatniky.
Yeah.
I've been called a foul-mouthed Bob Dylan or a gypsy punk.
I think one of the things about us is that I don't know about you, but me, I mean, I've written a song that has the line, "I don't have faith in your food and your dinner table gossips destroyed my mood," right? Like, it's like, I think you and I, instead of taking the guns to D.C., figured that we could affect something through music.
At least, and personally, for sure, I've learned to turn the most tragic moments of my life into powerful or beautiful things that I keep alive in my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I can sing about, put power to it, or bring light to it, or like my grandfather died, and I was heavy into writing songs at that point. That was I wrote Through the Grief on that one. I made myself wrote it, and that's a great song because it was written from someplace so real and tragic. But
Last question for you. Do you think the days of the impact of the revolutionary artist are over? And this is what I mean by that, which you probably already get what I'm going at. But like, do you think that the power of an artist to really agitate and convince people that things need to change are over? Because I don't see it anymore.
it's because the enchantment. I think it's not that it's not happening or can't happen. It's that people aren't looking. They stop fucking looking. Like,
In the 1960s, dude, you would have been up there with like Wavy Gravy and fucking Dylan.
right,
You know?
long time. And thanks, I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in what my music has done and what it says, and that it's good music. It's a whole idea as a whole. But it's all in the same kind of light of. I'm definitely not. I'm a bar band kind of music guy. You know what I mean? Late night adults kind of shit.
I loved when you had to get security on that woman that came up on stage.
Dude, there's a few of those.
There's security here.
There's a few of those. There's our number one video online is me. You were playing drums at that show. It's called Deep Hump Dry Thrust or something.
Say that 8
Deep
times.
Thrust Dry Hump. That's it. Because we were playing this like cocktail gig at this like downtown nice net restaurant, and this fucking fan comes in and she's in sweats. And well, Carl says that bitch is in sweats in a brand new thong, old sweats in a new thong, and she's getting drunk. And there's only one clip online, but all night she's like, I'm going to touch your dick. And she's trying to like poke me in the dick across the stage. And I keep trying to pawn her off on it. I was like, he's like 6'3", like size 14. He's in shape. Like and at one point, she just comes up on the stage.
He says is he's 6'3".
Yeah, I was like, he's a good looking dude, man. And she comes up on stage, and all of a sudden I'm like, no. And she just starts humping me like hard, like
Jesus.
in the middle of a song, and I get her off me. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And we just started we handled it well. It's a really good turnaround. It goes right back to rock and roll, right? It was a good move. But I had to turn around even while they got her like out of the fucking bar, and she was arguing the whole way that she knows Jason. And they were like, that's not even his name. His name's not Jason. And I had to exit out the back door that night and through the alley because she was out there.
One of and it's funny,
It's
but
generally
I mean,
not done well when you're attacked.
musicians.
Like that. It's not as sexy as you think rock and roll would be. Those are the moments with like crazy fangirls aren't cool.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to get to, and I said that was going to be the last question, but that sparked just fun. Like, one of the biggest disappointments for me is that, like, I mean, and I don't know if you'd agree with this, but I try to think I have messages in my music that are
absolutely.
relevant to helping the world, and I got treated like a prostitute at bars. Like, almost worse than, like, guys treat women, right?
Play fucking blah, blah, blah.
But, well, or, like, stories like you're talking about. And it's like, when did being an entertainer just wind up being, like, it's like everybody just assumes that you're Party Boy McGee or, like, whatever. It's like, how about you shut up and listen to what I'm playing here? I'm not here to dance for your amusement.
Yeah, I don't do the thing. I don't do, how's everybody doing in between every song?
Yeah, right.
And I tell them, it's like, it's not like I don't care. It's just like I'm doing something. This music is, I have to be in a certain place to give it to you.
Yeah,
right.
I'm taking you on a journey that
I'm not
going to
sell the fucking soup special and shit. I tried in the beginning a couple times, and it was dumb for me. It wasn't authentic or natural. So.
But I think that goes hand in hand with the death of the revolutionary musician, because especially music and live music, it got seen to be more of like everybody who has these shitty jobs and hates their life and goes home miserable every day. They go drink their 5 Michelobes at the local watering hole, watch the band, and then they lose control for a second. And they think we all don't have control and that we're all just these bohemian gypsy guys. And especially in the cover band scene.
No, don't fucking, yeah. That's
I know your thoughts on
I
it.
fucking hate fucking cover bands. I'm sorry. But for fuck's sake, it's not that you can't be in a cover band, but don't go out trying to work off of somebody else's shit, or don't be a bar that only hires cover bands, for fuck's sake. What kind of shit is that?
I don't mind if it's approved, meaning BMI and ASCAP and all that. But
yeah, but that shit's...
I got to a point where I put a Claymore mine on the front of my guitar.
Point towards the enemy, yeah.
So when the audience looks at me, the first thing they see is point towards the enemy.
I remember when that got done. It's badass, yeah.
Yeah, and I wish people understood.
You know, when I would get a bar on the phone that only booked cover bands, I'd book the other muggers sometimes. And they never asked for a set list, so I'd be like, yeah, we only cover the Barney Muggers. We're a tribute band.
Yeah.
We get one gig out of it, but when you're on the road, sometimes
That's
you just
thinking.
need that. You just need that one.
I think that's called the hustle.
That's the hustle.
Mr. Howard, unfortunate situation, admirable way of solving it, in my opinion.
Yeah, think of me. Think of me over the next 6 months when you fucking anybody out there is, with your loved ones and whatnot. I'll be fine. But
Just remember, there's
support.
a good man that has a lot to offer the world doing some stupid fucking time for a stupid fucking reason, and then vote differently. I don't know what else to say about it, man. But it's a shitty deal.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.